Here's a really good question I heard from a student today. How do you say no very kindly? What works for me in saying no is to say no simply and directly. The more excuses that I try to make, the worse it gets. And sometimes the reason is not appropriate to share out loud. So the quicker and the simpler that I say no, the better it is. To me, the key to this question is that the saying no part, the boundary setting part, is a separate thing from being kind. The kindness is in showing that the person is worth something, even if I say no. The kindness can be shown in different ways, by being interested in why they ask, in talking about it, in finding other ways to help. So the best response I find is something like, no, I can't, but tell me about why you need someone to do that for you. Or if I'm invited to a party, I'd say, no, not this time, but tell me about this party that you are holding. Or something like that. Having said all of that, a lot of times I mess up myself when somebody comes up to me face to face and asks for something. I do find I try to make up a lot of excuses in my head and then I blurt it out. That's something I have to work on, to pause and take a breath and think before responding. And strangely, in online communications today, where you would expect, because you have a moment to think before you respond, that there will be a lot more kindness. But the opposite is true. There is a lot more harsh boundary setting than there are kind responses. And that's because online we are bombarded with stuff that overwhelms us. So when we hear somebody ask for something, we immediately go into defensive mode. We need emotional safety and space to process requests and respond kindly. And we need calm environments to give us that emotional space. So in thinking about this question, I also think about the question, how do we ask for something kindly so that the other person is free to respond authentically? That's another interesting question, and perhaps for another video in the future.